Imagine a character so universally appealing that he could easily stand alongside Mario, Sonic, or Pikachu. A character with charm, creativity, and endless possibilities for fun. Now imagine that character fading into the background, overshadowed by other big-budget titles, and forgotten by many. This is the story of Sackboy, the lovable protagonist of LittleBigPlanet, and how Sony missed the opportunity to turn him into a multi-generational icon. Let's delve into how Sony dropped the ball on what could have been their greatest mascot. When LittleBigPlanet debuted in 2008, it was a breath of fresh air in the gaming world. Sackboy, the game's protagonist, wasn't just another generic character. He was a customizable canvas, a playful avatar that players could dress up, decorate, and express themselves through. The game itself was built around creativity, with a play, create, share ethos that encouraged players to design their own levels and share them with the world. Sackboy quickly became the face of this creative revolution. His charming design, combined with the game's innovative mechanics, made LittleBigPlanet a hit among players of all ages. For Sony, Sackboy represented something more than just a character. He was a potential mascot that could appeal to both kids and adults, embodying the playful and imaginative side of gaming that other characters like Mario and Sonic had mastered. Despite Sackboy's initial success, Sony failed to capitalize on his potential. While LittleBigPlanet spawned a few sequels and spin-offs, Sony didn't invest in turning Sackboy into a lasting icon. Unlike Nintendo and Sega, who have consistently kept their mascots in the spotlight through regular game releases, merchandise, and cross-media appearances, Sony let Sackboy's momentum wane. One of the key issues was the lack of consistent support for the LittleBigPlanet franchise. While the original game and its immediate sequels were well received, the series didn't see the same level of ongoing development and innovation that other mascot-driven franchises enjoyed. As Sony shifted its focus to more mature, narrative-driven games like The Last of Us and God of War, Sackboy was sidelined, relegated to the occasional appearance, rather than being a central figure in Sony's lineup. Mascots are more than just characters. They are symbols of a brand's identity. Nintendo's Mario is synonymous with fun, family-friendly gaming, while Sega's Sonic represents speed and attitude. These mascots aren't just figures in games. They are cultural icons with a presence that extends beyond the screen. They appear in cartoons, movies, merchandise, and even theme parks, ensuring that they remain relevant to each new generation of players. Sackboy had the potential to be this kind of mascot for Sony. His appeal wasn't limited to any one demographic. His cute, customizable nature made him accessible to children, while the creative freedom of LittleBigPlanet attracted older players who enjoyed the game's depth. With the right strategy, Sackboy could have become Sony's answer to Mario, a character that would define the PlayStation brand for years to come. To understand how Sony could have better utilized Sackboy, we can look at what Nintendo has done with Mario. First, Nintendo keeps Mario in the spotlight with regular game releases across all their platforms. Sony could have done the same with Sackboy, ensuring that a new LittleBigPlanet or Sackboy-centric game was released every few years. This would have kept Sackboy relevant and allowed the character to grow with the audience. Second, Mario and Sonic have appeared in everything from TV shows to movies, further embedding themselves in pop culture. Sony could have explored animated series, comics, or even a movie centered around Sackboy's adventures, expanding his reach beyond video games and into mainstream media. Third, Mario's face is on everything from lunchboxes to t-shirts. Sony could have created a line of Sackboy toys, clothing, and other merchandise to keep the character visible in everyday life. By building a strong merchandising strategy, Sony could have made Sackboy a recognizable figure outside of the gaming community. Finally, one of Sackboy's greatest strengths is his universal appeal. Sony could have used this to their advantage by making LittleBigPlanet and Sackboy games available across different PlayStation platforms, ensuring that Sackboy was a part of every PlayStation owner's experience, regardless of which console they owned. With the release of Sackboy, a big adventure on PlayStation 5, there's a glimmer of hope that Sony might finally recognize Sackboy's potential. The game was well received, and it showed that there's still a place for Sackboy in the modern gaming landscape. However, to truly capitalize on this, Sony will need to commit to making Sackboy a central part of their brand, investing in new games, media appearances, and merchandise. It's not too late for Sackboy to join the ranks of gaming's greatest mascots, but it will require Sony to take a long-term approach, ensuring that Sackboy isn't just a character from the past, but a key player in the future of PlayStation. Sackboy represents a missed opportunity for Sony, a chance to create a multi-generational mascot that could stand alongside the likes of Mario and Sonic. While Sony dropped the ball on Sackboy's potential, the character's enduring charm and the success of Sackboy, a big adventure suggests that all is not lost. With the right strategy, Sackboy could still become the iconic figure he was always meant to be, proving that sometimes, even missed opportunities can be reclaimed. If this exploration of Sackboy's journey and potential resonated with you, make sure to subscribe for more insights into the world of gaming. Stay tuned as we dive into the stories and strategies behind the characters and franchises that shape the industry.